Okay, I want to be honest, this anime so far has been one heck of a ride. I mean, I've only watched season 1 because putting 3 seasons in one video is not gonna cut it, but these past 25 episodes got me feeling romantical, frustrated, and wholesome. That you got me, a grown-ass man, smiling, genuinely blushing, kicking my feet up. Oh, okay, so I thought that was a little bit too much. I never did any of that. But before I dive into everything, I gotta tell you this. I genuinely thought Sawako was autistic. I didn't want to say it, but I really did think she had some kind of mental incapacity that ended with me searching up if she did, and all I got was that she might be neurodivergent, but definitely not autistic. So, a lot of her mishaps in this story I was actually willing to set aside because the thing is, Sawako had a bit of a habit where she would put a lot of the blame on herself whenever things went wrong. And now, that might seem self-centered, but you gotta understand, this girl's self-confidence was in the mud. As a kid, she was pretty normal, and then out of nowhere, her buddy accidentally calls her Sadako. You know, the Japanese ghost from like The Ring. No, not that one. Yeah, that one, yeah. Now, me personally, I didn't really see the similarities, but I definitely thought she looked like one of those Japanese dolls that apparently they bring like good fortune, so I think that's way more better. Anyways, the nickname stuck through and was doing her dirty. People started spreading supernatural rumors about her that eventually alienated her from the rest of the class. And guess how Sawako reacts? She just ends up embracing it. And I fucking hated that. Like, I don't want to judge her parents, but damn have they been absent her entire social life. I just want to say W to the people who made the decision to actually talk to her. Like, guys, come on. It's not like Sawako's prime COVID, where the moment a guy cuffs, every motherfucker in a 5-mile radius starts staring at her as if she got the Black Plague. That's why I appreciate my little bro, Kazehaya. And of course, Yano and Yoshida as well. But the biggest strain these guys' relationships went through was when the rumors started spreading. And no, it wasn't about Sawako having the ability to call out ghosts. Wait. This wasn't your average rumor. These were some of the most vile and malicious rumors I have ever heard coming from a bunch of high schoolers. Now, the first rumor wasn't too bad. It was just like people saying Yoshida beat like 100 guys. I mean, if that was me, I'd be flexing that shit too. It also didn't seem like it affected Yoshida as much, so that was good. But the rumors they spread about Yano was on a whole nother level of messed up. They were calling this girl a prostitute. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? And they just ate it up too. And I get it. Rumors happen. If someone was spreading that you pooped in the school toilet yesterday, then that's tough luck, okay? That's your problem. But this was a personal attack. Degrading someone just to ruin their relationship with another person is a different kind of low. Now, Yano just shrugged it off, but if I ever find out who it was, just know this world is gonna blow up. Unfortunately, this whole thing got so bad, it got to Sawako's head, and it affected her badly. Remember when I told you people started staying away from her at a young age? Well, she thinks the only way to solve this whole problem was to just go back to the old days of when she sat alone, had no friends, and was treated so poorly. Oddly though, I saw a little bit of my younger self act like that when relationships got strained. It seems kinda selfish, right? But that's the price of when people don't interact with you and treat you like you're invisible. And I could see why she decided this was for the better. Sawako started distancing herself from her friends and even Kazehaya.
Damn!
And this is where things really diverge in my opinion. I didn't like how Yano and Yoshida handled it, because they actually got it right. They thought they overheard something wrong with what Sawako said, went up and talked to her about it, tried to clear it up, only to shut her down before she could finish, and all three of them stopped talking to each other. Guys, do me a favor. Let's stop assuming the worst case scenario. I wish it never got to the point where Sawako finally gets her point across Yano and Yoshida after being stepped on and bullied in the school toilet, where someone probably pooped. Oh, but that's why I'm starting to appreciate Kazehaya a little bit more. I mean, sure, I did low-key cringe when he gave Sawako a letter and says her name like Kuronoma. Ugh. Man, I'm cringing even saying that. That was unbearable. I'm sorry, because even if you're handsome, little bro, that shit was still pretty cringe. But enough of that. I need to praise how Kazehaya handled the whole rumors and even how Sawako reacted to it. I will not lie. This man handled the whole thing so maturely and so well, I was surprised. Because he was saying everything right. Like I'm not kidding. I felt that he was saying the right words. It's not up to Sawako to decide whether hanging out with her ruins Kazehaya's reputation. He never decided to stay away from her either. And his decision was to be with her, to continue hanging out with her. This was one of my most favorite scenes of Kazehaya with just how he treated the whole situation. He was very direct and really wanted to be upfront with Sawako. Fuck those rumors, who cares what other people think, they shouldn't decide who I want to hang out with, and especially, I don't care about who was the one spreading it, cause I don't want to bother with it anymore. Which was what I wanted to convince myself until I saw the mastermind behind it all. I have never wanted to hit a person so badly than Kurumi. Imagine spreading rumors about a high schooler being a prostitute. Brody, if someone was making rumors about my daughter like this, just know this world is gonna blow up. What makes me even more pissed off is how much of a conceited, spoiled, entitled brat Kurumi was. Motherfucker, just because you're pretty doesn't mean you and Kazehaya are perfect for each other. Not with your nasty ass personality. Although, I gotta give credit to Kazehaya, cause I've never seen someone so uninterested like he was towards Kurumi. So, you could expect I was laughing and rubbing my belly the moment Kazehaya completely ignored her goofy ass just to grab Sawako's hand and run away. That's what you get, stupid bitch. And by the way, her past doesn't even warrant her to spread malicious rumors. Like, congrats Kurumi, you've experienced 10% of Sawako's suffering. Goodbye with your corny rival talk. Then you have the more chill parts of the anime, which I genuinely love just because of the vibe of planning a sleepover or hanging around with friends without thinking about school was something I actually grew up with. And I just had so much fun seeing all these guys happy and smiling, not worried about a thing in the world. Yeah, it didn't last long. To make a long story short, this guy, Ryu, likes Yoshida. But Yoshida likes Ryu's brother, who already has a fiance and are about to get married. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of it or even call anyone right or wrong. This whole debacle was just a mess from beginning to end. You already have Yoshida who clung onto the hope that this guy was gonna continue fooling around and dating girl after girl even as a grown-ass man and an 8-year age gap. Then you also have Ryu, who was actually glad Yoshida got slapped with reality, even going as far as telling right up in her face, refusing to apologize for it the next day, and making Yoshida cry. All while Yano and Sawako feeling like crap because they felt that they couldn't help a friend out. And the way they wrapped it up too troubled me a little bit. Essentially, Ryu was fine being treated like an outlet for Yoshida's emotions. I mean, sure, I could respect him for being so blunt and honest about a lot of things, but to get to the point where even on your birthday, the only person who remembered it was a girl who ended up being too preoccupied with her crush. Look, with how things turned out, genuinely bro, if you could keep that up and be fine with it, where you're not even emotionally expressive, but you could keep yourself together, then I guess I'm cool with it too. I don't know, this whole thing was just draining. It felt so human in how everyone was hectic because of the holidays and the arrival of a family, and then you have the added context of everyone's relationship just making it so much more out of control. Family, am I right? But I think in terms of romance, I was actually cool with the idea that no one needed to rush things. And by that I mean being boyfriend and girlfriend. Yoshida and Ryu's relationship is so interesting because even though Yoshida sees someone else, Ryu only has eyes for her. But he doesn't end up being super jealous about it. Well, he might have shown a bit of being jealous when he argued with Yoshida. I don't know, bro. It's hard understanding people. I think he was mature enough with a lot of things, but very blunt about it. Then you had that stint with Yano and her college boyfriend, who ends up slapping her because she wanted to break up. That to me was annoyingly stupid. This guy in college was crashing out because the girl from high school broke up with you. If I hear you're in your 20s, and if I'm not wrong, she's 16, you've got me crashing out, Brody. This world is going to end. Anyways, I want to end this with Sawako and Kazehaya because I feel like these two kind of remind me of younger siblings. I really liked how quiet and peaceful this anime slowly ended. Don't get me wrong, the whole pastel soft colors throughout the show have been really pretty, but something about the New Year's episodes looked a lot more beautiful. There wasn't too much drama, and even the conversations between Sawako and Kazehaya felt very intimate. And I want to point out that seeing Kazehaya smiling throughout the series didn't get me to react the same way as Sawako did. But when he smiled during those last few episodes, he smiled without even showing his teeth. Almost as if it was a smile he was holding back with just how happy he was. And oddly, that scene felt so genuine to me. Not to say his previous smiles and bright attitude weren't genuine, it's just that this one had an effect so powerful that honestly, I appreciated it so much more. And that to me is where the true strength of Kimi no Todoke lies. The relationship struggles and romantic rivalry were all well made, but it's the intimate, quiet moments that leave an impact and last longer for me. I really did enjoy this show. I liked everyone in the cast, minus Kurumi, because unless she truly apologizes, I might have to be her top 1 hater. But I'm super excited for what season 2 is about to bring, and I hope they keep up this style of story and just following the lives of Sawako, Kazehaya, Yano, Yoshida, and even Ryu. Overall, I gave this show a really solid 8, and it surpassed a lot of my expectations. But that's pretty much it from me. Have a blessed day, afternoon, evening, everybody. I'll see you on the next video. Sayonara.